We've talked about the Browns defense. Take a look at some of the rankings and the numbers. First in total yards allowed, first in first downs allowed, first in pass yards allowed, first in third down percentage, first in fourth down percentage. There's the note's also interesting. The offense led the league in turnovers, which resulted in red zone scoring opportunities, but the Browns defense still second least in points per drive. The defense was really good, and it was the first year in that system. They're going to get a little bit better. Think about that. Let that sink in for a little bit.
It's amazing to think about the fact that, like you said, they are already historic. And especially, usually whenever I'm trying to evaluate a defense, and especially a new defensive coordinator, I'm taking a look at, the first few weeks, giving them a little bit of time to get acclimated, get adjusted. But man, right off the rip, especially this season, it felt like they were already gelling and they were already in place. And like you said, they're going to get better because this is year one. This past year is year one with Jim Schwartz. Now you're getting more players that he's familiar with. You're going to have more players that are coming up. Again, the Eagles have a lot of players that are going to be hitting free agency, obviously headlined by Brandon Graham and Fletcher Cox. So, between those two guys, you're getting those names that are back out there, but also you get a chance for guys that are in the system to get more acclimated with it. Grant Delpit took massive steps throughout this year, obviously earned his contract extension. And then Ronnie Hickman, goes from a guy who was on the roster bubble going into training camp to all of a sudden he's playing meaningful downs. And not only that, playing some of the best football in the league with how well he was playing that safety position and really taking care of that third safety spot that was left by Rodney McLeod when he went down with his season-ending surgery. So, when it came to all of that, this team evolved as the season went along, and they were really dominant throughout this season, especially at home. I think that next year where I want to see the growth, obviously, I want to see those home and away splits maybe come down a little bit. Obviously, we saw that on the road in the playoff game, but I want to see more of just an evenness and more consistent play from the Browns defense, and maybe less of a disparity between the home games and the road games.